You know, for a second I actually forgot where I'd last left off. I think I have to go to the Criminal Affairs Department. Hey, Mr. Wright! Look who's standing at the head detective's office! Desk, whatever. It's Chief Gant. Are you sure this is all, You know what it means if there's anything missing. Sir, I'm sure it must likely totally perfect. We checked the drawers, the lockers, the garbage cans, the coat pockets, the pillowcases behind the computer monitors, the hot coffee machine. Why do you have pillowcases in the office? Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away. Deal? Yes, sir. We'll scout the place again, sir. The head detective looks a little flustered. Oh, righto, my boy. How you been? Swim much? Oh, Chief Kent, reporting for duty, sir. Boy, am I sweating a lot right now. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? Please don't stand there. It's quite annoying. These are the detectives' desks. There are computers and files in each one. Funny, they're a lot tidier than I'd expect. I guess the detectives don't spend a lot of time at their desks. Oh, sorry you had to see that. What exactly did the Chief of Police want you to do? Well, see over there? That's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can. So, nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here? Of course not! Well, except for this. What? You kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. You didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete. A lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? Yes. The date on it is February 21st. I'll make a note of that just in case. I should probably get a quick look around the crime scene. Half-written document on the 21st. Bruce Goodman, ID 5... Well, gee, I wonder what item he could have lost. Spoilers, it's his ID card. So, here's the problem with the ID number and the ID card overall. Now, long story short, Bruce Goodman should have known his ID card number. It's not that difficult to figure out. 5842189. Come on. After 3 times of hearing it the first time I played this case, I had the number in my head. 5842189. That's not very difficult. Bruce Goodman has been a detective for 2 years, if not longer. You'd think he would remember his ID card number eventually, after that much time. I know it took me a while to remember my, cell phone number, but now that I do have it in my head, it's in my head. If I lost my phone, I could say, or go to a phone and call it because I have the number in my head. I don't have to do a lost item report or anything like that. I mean, it's your freaking ID. Okay, if somebody asked me, well, what is your, German ID card number? I would say, I don't know. I would probably have to check. Let me check, actually. It's right nearby. But it is longer. Yeah. The ID number on an ID card in Germany is longer than the ID card for the detectives. Detective Goodman should have been capable of saying, well, this is my ID number, but I lost my ID card. Or at the least he could have said, well, I lost my ID card and I don't remember the ID, I'm sorry. They could have checked his name in the database, they could have seen his ID number, and then said, oh, yeah, that's you, okay. And then they could have, I don't know, looked for it or something. But, yeah. Of course, this is going to be very important later on, but oh my god, I don't want to think about it. Want a knife? I was wondering, could you take a look at this? Oh, sorry, Righto. I'm through with that stuff. Through, I say. Go find that guy who can't seem to sit still out there. The busy one. The guy who can't sit still, does he mean Detective Gumshoe? Either him or the Dancing Blue Badger. I'm sure showing it to the Dancing Blue Badger is actually going to be helpful. Well, at least it doesn't say anything about that thing of Bruceman's that we found. Bruceman's. Whatever. Nah. Fine. You don't even like my badge. Is Edgeworth going to be okay? Oh, Worthy? Oh, you know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition. Yes, well, we've had no end of trouble with the boys since last year. You mean the incident on Gourd Lake? It doesn't look good having one of our top people sitting in the defendant's seat. Which totally never happened before. Now, you got someone else found guilty in that case, right, Righto? Von Karma. A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence. Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. He totally did that shit. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of a turmoil, you might say. Why, they'd do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy. What? It's downright odd, I tell you. I mean, it happened at exactly the same time. The murder at the prosecutor's office. Scientifically speaking, it's impossible. Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. I'm not saying that evidence can lie, but... yes, evidence can be wrong at times. What evidence is this? No, Righto, I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And this in particular, well, it's a little sensitive, and I can't talk about it. I wasn't expecting much anyway. You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets. Can't stand them. I totally have no secrets of my own. Like, I totally didn't kill Bruce Goodman. But, you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the head detective's trap shut. Oh, he was the one you were talking about picking on earlier? Hmm? Oh, you saw that. Whoops. I wonder what it was that he wanted the head detective to do. Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you for a favor. Hmm? Well, I never thought the day would come when Righto asked me for help. I was wondering if you could investigate the evidence room. I take that as a no! No, Righto. Actually, I'm sorry, I don't need to investigate at all. Righto, please, do I look like a selfish man? You don't want me to answer that? Huh? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50, I'd probably give them $50 no problem. Can I have $50? Not that I really have any intention of giving them back. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out. It's not like I killed Bruce Goodman in there and have anything to hide. It just goes to show you never know until you ask. And for you, here, you can borrow this. Hey, this is a detective's ID card, isn't it? That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it. Yes, sir. It's an honor. You just run along, do your best now. Later, folks. looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID! You seem happy. Yes, sir! 'Cause, sir, we get to go into the evidence room now, sir! I think this plays a bad influence on the girl. You saying anything new? Yes, you do. And we have the ID card from Chief Gant. Let's just walk in. It won't open. Aha! The card reader's turned off, see? What is that security guard thinking? Howdy, partners. Well, what's made my Bambina sky so grey? Officer Marshall! Somehow I knew. Yes, the decoration in this place is so subtle it's difficult to figure out. As you may have surmised, this here's my saloon. We're here to investigate the crime scene. Yee-haw, that card you got there on your chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts. Yee-haw? Well, what are you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. Crime scene's a-waiting. Looks like the card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with the hombres. You're busy? Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. That's what it means, Phoenix. Sometimes you just gotta read between the lines. Which people seem incapable to do. So anyway, considering how much time we've wasted, this thing is probably stone cold by now. That smell. Reminds me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby? Yeah, Miss Starr. Didn't you call her your Madonna lately? What's this? What? What's wrong? A filet steak lunch. I see. I don't see. I wonder what it means. Alright, Bambina, you win. Ask... I'm anything. Finally, it seems like... He's willing to talk! Joy Bunnies, I get to talk with him. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right? You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. No, that poor little doggy. Poor guy, I keep getting his name wrong and calling him Meekly. It's funny cause he's meek. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this. But since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know. You don't say. So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy. I think that's a Texan way of saying he was jacking off. Note, he was riding down the highway on this horse named Zippy. I think the highway down Zippy is the zipper of his pants. There's no need for people here yet anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take to machines much. Kinda like that stewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know. I don't think I've seen broccoli next to steak. I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do.
Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen.
Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. Easiest ones to understand are these security cameras.
Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned.
If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. How is that figured out? Doesn't somebody have to look at all the tapes and then figure out if something happened, or if nothing happened, and they can delete it? Does the computers know if something happened? If they do, how do you know or specify what counts as nothing happened and counts as happened? Yeah, this part doesn't make sense.
And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on those of the tapes?
I reckon they might be. You're the security guard, you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. Thus the card reader by the door. Duh! The card reader leaves a record of every ID card passed through. So this is the ID card record.
Hey! I've seen that somewhere before!
Sorry, Bambina, I can't show you more than that.
Huh?
I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet.
Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before.
Maybe there's some way I can prove that record is tied to the stabbing.
See this? This is the victim's ID card.
Ah, the one that was on the ground in the parking lot. The number on this is 5842189. See? I actually took a break from almost 24 hours of playing the case, and I still remember the damn number.
Officer Marshall, show us the ID number on that ID card record. Look, the 4th number. It's a perfect match.
It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only 1 cards in the world.
So, when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room?
Nope. Unless the ID card was somehow grafted into his skin, or somebody had chopped his hand off and put it here. At that time, his ID card was used. Also, Goodman had the lost item report about the ID card. Yeah, obviousness is obvious. But what did Officer Meekins say? If he had his ID card, why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? I would not be angry or hold it against anybody if they wanted to stab Meekins. Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. Yeah, instead of, you know, just... Yeah, this is totally not a fetch quest thing. It's quiet. The investigation must be over here.
So this is the evidence room? It really is kind of like a graveyard.
Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue.
Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. Ah! Sorry, I thought you were a ghost.
Slapping a ghost gonna work? I doubt it. So, is it true what I heard? Yeah, it's true. So, Chief of Police Gant will loan anyone 50 bucks? Even me?
Oh, so that's what you were talking about.
Actually, I was put in charge of an investigation for today. Just for today? Boss for a day? But guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're boss for a day. Jeez, thanks. First of all, you'll want to have this. So, this is the entirety of the evidence room, apparently. There's only one door leading here, and that one seems to lead here. Why do we have about 9 or 12 or whatever many screens for the evidence room, considering later on we're going to see a video and that has only one angle, and there doesn't seem to be any room for any other cameras in here? And I quite honestly have to ask, why does this place have such high-tech stuff to keep safe stuff from solved cases when unsolved cases are left to rot in a small room that's probably not even really properly locked and be all dusty? I mean, not that this place is really all that much better considering the problems with the security system and all, but yeah, okay, then again, there are people like I and other people on forums have said that DL6 was technically already closed, so it shouldn't have been there, but still, it doesn't make sense.
This place is stuffed with evidence. Stuffed with dreams.
I'm not so sure about the dreams.
It won't open.
I guess I should have known. Hey pal, our security is high-tech around here. That's wonderful. What's this?
Wow, look at the big pile of junk in the corner.
That looks like a car door. With a pair of handcuffs on it, hello? I'd like an explanation for that.
There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame.
Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away.
That's one of those human profiles for range testing.
He's been shot square in the forehead.
Better him than us.
Fair enough, yes. What's this? Blood?
It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint there.
It looks like someone tried to wipe it off.
Mr. Wright! What if there are other bloodstains left in the room?
We should use a testing fluid to check it out. Don't worry! I'll put my fluid all over this room.
Look, this one's open, and there's an indicator tag stuck on it still.
That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprints. Detective Goodman's locker?
Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that?
Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. Okay, I probably didn't get an explanation about the lockers yet. Gonna get those first. It's empty. Must have taken the contents elsewhere. Okay, first of all... why does it say judge for a day when he was called boss for a day? There's a difference.
So, Detective Gumshoe, you're boss for the day?
That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department.
But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings?
They're using our findings from yesterday's investigation to prepare for the trial. In other words, Detective Gumshoe got kicked out of the investigation again. I'm adamant, though. I'm gonna take control and put this case to rest. And in my own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe? Of course. I am a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal.
Only you can open?
This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it. Isn't the ID card? Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why, I'm on my 3rd card since entering the force already.
It sounds like a lot.
Yes, but even I can't lose my own right hand.
Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint?
Exactly, pal. Slot for each locker is coded with a fingerprint. And that's the only locker we can open.
Funny, they look like normal lockers.
These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see?
The handles?
On the other side of the handle is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it...
Zap! You get a shock!
If that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There's even some people in the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks.
So Gumshoe, you know about the evidence lockers, and you know where your own is, but you still at times open the wrong one? Or at least try to?
Also, evidence locker. Each locker unlocked using a detective's fingerprint, light indicates it's open. Wrong one. As for Goodman's over there, they say they can't open it again because, you know, he's dead and all. So if it's closed, they can't open it again. There's no code to somehow override this? Or... I mean, what happens if a detective retires? Does their locker stay in here and it's forever closed? Or... does the locker get removed and it gets given to them like a sort of retirement gift? Or in Goodman's case, they end up killed, and a new locker is brought in that gets a new fingerprint code into it. Also, we learned that Edgeworth has a locker in here. Edgeworth is a prosecutor, not a detective. Why does he even have something here? So yeah, these lockers don't make sense. Absolutely no sense.
Someone left a glove here, but only one.
Detective Gumshoe, maybe? There you go, pal, make me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know. You mean SL9? It does have a tag on it. I have to say, this rubber glove only serves one purpose later on, and it has actually nothing to do with SL9.
Wow! Someone must have broken something big to make all those pieces.
Detective Gumshoe, perhaps? There you go, pal, make me out to be some kind of hooligan. It's apparently from the case.
The case?
The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces here? No. Another piece of SL9 evidence. Yeah, sure, let's check it out. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke.
You want to try to put it back together?
Good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Why, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up. And you just left them lying around afterwards.
That's why I always carry around a tube of glue.
Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Also, yeah, there's no such thing as, like, you know, destroying evidence or similar. Oh, isn't this game fun with its new features that it only has in this case? By the way, yeah, I'm not really paying attention to what I'm doing because this isn't a very fun part. Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing. That only took me 2 minutes to do. Problem is finishing it. Were some pieces stolen? I bet they were missing to begin with. Of course, you know, every puzzle you have always has one piece missing in it. Doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar. I kind of understand how it got broken. Blood on it? Yeah, nobody cares about that. Fine, I'll spray around like crap. I don't click anywhere near it and it still goes up. There must have been a massive amount of blood here. I've never seen so much before. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien? This proves that something really happened in front of the locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plans. If you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch this body if he fled out the door. This just might be something significant. Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. What, this? It's called luminal testing fluid. Where'd you get your hands on that? Huh? I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow $50 from the chief. Where do you get this, Emma? I always buy it by mail order. Well, I'd better jot this down on the floor plans too. Let's talk about Edgeworth. I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens. So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee now, right? They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. Chief of Police for not saying, hey, this thing has an actual connection. Edgeworth for not listening. Meekins for being a total moron. So yeah, it's everybody's fault. Yeah, see. I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. Yeah, DL6 really was such a huge impact on him. Even once we solve the case, he still gets haunted by his nightmares. That case? Yeah, that case. The SL9 incident, of course. The one that was never mentioned before and will never mention be afterwards. You know, that case was so important to him. Much more important than his father being killed. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case. By the way, I almost forgot. There. Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. Ah, I heard the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa!
What is it?
The second number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? Yeah, what does a prosecutor have to do on the day of evidence transferal in a room where he has a locker for evidence transferal? Such an impossibility. Detective Goodman's note and that switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth was most surprised of anyone. Because of the SL9 connection? That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, you know, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. With his cravats and his tea collection. Yeah. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? No, I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case. This is my crowning achievement, my masterpiece, you might say. But art is always misunderstood, pal.
Art?
He was dancing proudly on the day of the awards ceremony, but there were a lot of people coming and going after the ceremony, so they took the blue badge away for a while. Really? Why? No, they said it was shameful or something like that. Shameful? I told Nathan Day. I sympathize with Detective Gumshoe, but I can see why they moved it. Allow me to say one thing, speaking as a detective. If I see a piece of evidence I know nothing about, I say nothing. Nothing. That's fine. You bet it's fine, pal.
Okay.
You can't open the lockers if your fingerprint doesn't match. If you can open it, they'll give you 50 cents.
Note, the police department lacks faith in its lock system.
After all, Detective Goodman was stabbed here after opening his locker. But at the same time he was found dead over at the prosecutor's office. No, that was a bloody violent case. Violent? So it was a murder? A serial killing. A serial killing... Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. Oh, come on, the perp has already been executed, who cares? But the killer made a mistake and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him.
And this was 2 years ago?
How do you know, Emma? You're a genius! That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight, and started the rumor mill. Rumors about forged evidence? It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is.
What do you mean?
Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see?
So, that switchblade knife...
The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself? Yes. Considering we already knew about that. Yeah, Gumshoe doesn't seem to notice that he has, you know, blood on his locker. If you put the pieces together, it makes a jar. There are two things that bother me. One, why are some of the pieces missing? Two, doesn't it seem a little unstable? No wonder it broke! I'll make sure to remember that next time I make a jar. That's the victim, Detective Goodman's ID. These days everything's cards and secret numbers. I can never relax. That's only because you always lose your card. I always forget my secret number too. Scary, huh? My face should be ID enough. What's the world coming to? Detective Gumshoe, rebel against the system. Fight the power! I'm not sure why I have to click on that, considering it's kind of obviously there. I knew it! This is someone's right handprint! What? What's the matter, Detective? This locker, it's mine. It's yours? Please, you have to help me when they come to take me away. Promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals? Of course we will. And again, you know, this is your world, of course you are. Yeah, they will totally throw you in jail for this. Hey pal, look at the time. Was there something you needed to be going to? It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm going to go give him my report for the day. It might help, you know. Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer? The one that says nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth they're talking about. I'm sure I can use a report like this. A report written on a flyer for the world's gayest restaurant. Unfortunately, the food there is terrible. I believe in him. Who needs enemies when you've got friends like Detective Gumshoe? I'm off, pal. Later. I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too. I'm gonna see that next time when I can actually look forward to seeing Edgeworth, so I'll see you then.